Blinky blonky blimey, it's me again. Another beautiful day in Georgia. It's March the 19th. It's about, well, it looks beautiful, but actually you can probably hear the wind blowing, and it's about 45 degrees, which is about 6 or 7 Celsius, and with the wind chill it's a bit closer to zero. I'm actually standing in my PJs, so I'm a little bit chilly today, but hoping to get out for a ride on the big GS and come back with some initial impressions for you. So weather's supposed to improve slightly, temperature wise, supposed to get up to about 60 degrees, so should be pretty nice. And I've got my my Finnish rucker jacket, that should keep me nice and warm, and of course the bike's got heated grips, so should have toasty hands as well. So go for a little ride and report back to you what my first initial impressions are.
See, this is the compensation upgrade. Made a massive difference. Gargantuan. And it's easier than 916, because I ride 916s as well. A little bit wider, so ergonomically it's a bit better than 916. But I don't have a problem riding any of those bikes. I ride them.
And when they had these on the showroom, I mean, I remember I looked at this and like, man, that bike is so.
So we're going to go. We were talking about. We're going to go to.
Call that the outlier.
And then next week, do you know the Hypermotards?
So I'm riding today with my good buddies Jerry on the red GSA Adventure, and Erik on the white Multistrada, and Ervin on the red Panigale R. Plus a couple of other guys have joined us, Charlie on his Harley, and a couple of guys on Ducati Hypermotards. And first port of call today is at the top of Blood Mountain, which is the highest peak on the Appalachian Trail in Georgia, and it's also the 6th highest point in the state. Blood Mountain is probably named after a battle waged nearby between the Cherokee and Creek Indians. And on the way up here, we've had a lot of fun.
Is it over 8 or 8?
What is it, 8 or 9?
What's that?
8 point something.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's 8 gallon.
8 gallons? The Ducati Enduro is 7.9.
And then there's another half a gallon in reserve.
What? You have a reserve?
Yeah.
Just like the old bikes, you got a real reserve on there?
Yeah, it's about
Just me when the light comes on.
100 miles better than the Multistrada.
You filming us?
So we have Jerry.
Are we going on your vlog?
We have Erik.
Is this for a vlog?
Yeah. So tell me, what do you like about your Harley?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's pretty. You know, it doesn't have
pretty.
all these like bent up
Are you sure?
bars. And
It's
all
that one over there with the shark nose.
Ice cream.
He has a little bit of brain damage.
We have ice cream.
I like the shark nose myself. Yes.
So
The greatest thing about riding a Harley with this group of bikes is that it's really easy to sweep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's my job. It's what I do, right?
So tell me, Erik, why did you buy the wrong bike?
I think BMWs are good to rent.
Yeah,
And
to write
Ducatis
off.
are really much better to own.
It's been more reliable than your Harley,
My name's Charlie.
and
Nice to
more
meet you.
reliable than the rental
Good
GS.
riding today, man. I love following you.
So Jerry, tell me why the GSA is the best bike ever.
Because it does anything. If you see a road over there, you can take it.
Know what?
Whether it's got
Or if there's
tarmac
a river, if they haven't built a bridge yet, you can still take it.
even if it's a river, you can still take
Go
it.
right across.
The windscreen and the little bit of
Result.
a riser from the...
No, I'm good. Yeah, good.
So what are my initial impressions of the bike? Well, they start really even before you get on the bike. I'm talking build quality. It's just very noticeable when you sit on the competition's bikes that are nicely finished and well made, and I'm sure they're going to be pretty reliable. But you know, when sitting on the Triumph Tiger Explorer or the Ducati Multistrada Enduro or you know, the KTMs, to me personally, the BMW just feels that little bit more solid. It's just a very solid, robust feeling bike, and that gives a good sense of well-being. And of course, it's already low maintenance in terms of shaft drive and long service intervals at 6,000 miles. So the feel-good factor is there before you even ride it. But in terms of riding it, initial impressions are very favourable. You know, the ride quality is exceptional. It genuinely feels like first-class airline travel, and it just glides over road imperfections like they're not there, like you're on some kind of hovercraft. The telelever front end that separates steering from suspension forces to a large extent is just wonderful. It's really nice. If you hit a pothole, just glides over it. You don't get a shudder back through your wrists, and you can keep on pressing on. And it does provide quite a bit more feedback at the bars than early iterations of the telelever. That's been very refined over the last couple of decades. Additionally, nowadays we've got ESA2, the electronic suspension, which is great. You can set that up in advance for, you know, rider or rider with luggage, or rider and pillion, or rider and pillion and luggage, and then toggle between a kind of soft or medium or hard setting. So you can set up the initial preload, and then you're setting up the rebound damping, in effect, whether you want it soft, medium or hard. In addition to that, you've got the rider modes of kind of rain, very soft, normal, and dynamic, which is obviously a little bit sportier, WYSIWYG in terms of throttle response. But they're nice setups, and they work for a wide range of uses and environments, and you can usually find something that suits the occasion. But in terms of comfort, I've never ridden a more comfortable bike. I haven't ridden Goldwing, but I've ridden pretty much everything else, including things like K1600 GTs and so forth, and many cruisers, every Harley currently made. I think I've ridden, and to me, the R1200GS Adventure is it, comfort-wise. It's just the daddy. So that's wonderful in terms of comfort, and it's one of the primary reasons why I bought it. And I can just ride this thing all day long. You know, 300 miles, it just laughs at that. Other things which help the low fatigue and comfort states are things like the wind protection. It's very, very good, even compared with the standard GS. It's really a step above. You've got the big bulbous tank that holds over 30 litres of fuel, it's about 8 gallons. You've got the little winglets on the side of the fairing which help deflect cool air away from you, as well as the obligatory handguards and heated grips. You've also got that adjustable screen which is taller than the standard model and is fully adjustable over a range of I guess about 3 inches, something like that. I'm 6'2", and I find the standard screen on its highest setting works best for me. My bike's got the low suspension, and I have the seat in the highest setting, so that's pretty cool. The other thing I really love about this bike is just the way it steers. It is just really excellent. GS's have always been spot on in terms of being able to hit the apex and the inch of tarmac in the road that you want to hit. The effort at the bar is pretty minimal. They're at a nice height that your forearm is nice and flat, so when you're counter steering it works with you. They're wide enough to get good leverage on without being too unwieldy, and I find the overall bike stability mid-corner is just first rate. So in terms of steering, it really is a good result, and I love that. The other thing which is also really nice is just the tank range, 325 miles to 350 miles. Me and my friend Jerry, the guy with the red GSA, we're always joking with each other that we don't know what garages are for. Whenever we see the gas station, we're always joking, what's that all about? Are they like ATMs or something like that? Because our bikes just never seem to need filling up, and it's something that you don't truly appreciate until you don't have to do it every 100 miles or so. The range it's on a good day is 350 miles, and that can take you on a very long journey, day after day, particularly when touring or you're in places where fuel availability is low. So two key features are the cruise control and the Pro Shifter. Cruise control is excellent. It's one finger operation. You've got a nudge button, so you can press it forwards and it'll add 2 miles per hour. You can press it back, it'll add decrease by 2 miles per hour. And also when you knock it off and on again, it'll remember the speed you're going at. Every bike should really have one. It's a great feature. The other feature is the Pro Shifter, bi-directional, up through the box and down through the box under braking. As long as the throttle's under load, it feels great, whether you're accelerating or decelerating. On a steady throttle, not so much, but that's a typical quick shifter action for you. So in terms of handling, it's just a wonderfully good handling bike. Comes as standard with Michelin Anarchies. I've never used them before, but they warm up very quickly, they're very predictable, they look hard wearing, and they grip like a limpet, certainly in the dry climate in Georgia. I really like the tyres, and whether I'm scraping my boots or just cruising around, they always feel stable, and very impressed with them, and they're likely to be replaced with the same rubber unless I do some genuine off-roading. Other nice feature is the convenience of a tank compartment at the front of the tank for a pouch or a wallet, phone or other knickknacks. It's just nice little touches like that that make ownership a genuine pleasure, and I'm glad that BMW think about it. It all helps. One of the lovely things about the GS Adventure is it's got to be one of the very best pillion provision bikes going. Plenty of leg room for your pillion, whether they're 5'2" or 6'4", and the rear seat is adjustable, and it's supremely comfortable. The seat is quite grippy, and the foam is both supportive yet comfortable. Good places to place the pillion's hands, and overall a sumptuous ride for them with electronic suspension, so a lot less head banging. Luggage provision wise, again, great solution. As we know, Pani is available from all dealers. So 1915 Highway 60, Suches, Georgia. Many riders will remember the Campground Lodge, formerly known as Two Wheels Only, which closed in 2010. Motorcycle enthusiast Bill Johnson bought that and has been gradually updating the facilities there. So Bill has fulfilled his dream to kind of reopen that landmark for meals and lodging and camping, and since reopening as Two Wheels Only of Suches, there's been many upgrades including Wi-Fi, motorcycle ramps and comfortable seating, etc. Great place, visit it. Okay, two areas I think BMW could improve the bike on is one, the old school analog clocks. They just don't cut it nowadays. To see how it's done, look at the very latest KTM new offerings for 2017, and also the Street Triple from Triumph. Not just TFT screens like Ducati, but seriously upgraded, seriously bespoke tailorable, very, very clear and clean. easy to read, easy on the eyes compared with the old school clocks, which have been slightly improved for this year, but really don't cut it anymore in my personal opinion, even if the GUI is very intuitive. The other thing is the screen adjustment position. Why put it on the right hand side? The theory being, oh, you don't need to use your throttle hand, you're using your left hand. Well, you're still using your left hand if the adjuster's on the left. Something BMW need to just listen to their customers on and get it right in terms of improving that in the same way they did with some of the switchgear years ago, and also the shift change. Last minor negative I had with the bike is not so much the bike but myself, really. It's a testament to how good the bike is, really, but it's ground clearance. I've gone for lower suspension because it makes the bike more manageable for me, but when I throw it around like a Ducati, which obviously it's not intended to be, I am clipping my feet on the ground. Usually when I'm chasing Panigale Rs, which you know, it's kind of understandable, I guess, and it's testament to the bike that it can do it, and it handles so well. I'm still not getting the peg down, so really maybe it's my Coco the Clown feet or the positioning of my feet. I'm going to have to experiment a little bit with that, but the bike's as solid as a rock, leant over when used like a sports bike, and that's a true testament to just how fabulous this bike is. Overall, I'm just deliriously happy with it. It's a fantastic machine.
So, yeah, coming the hill, I overtake him going into the corner. Get my knee down and go around, and just took off. And I looked at my mirror, it was like a dot in the back. Yes. Yeah, well, I thought, I called him up, and I thought, wow, what the hell. So I went down the hill, it was a left-hander, so I just out-braked it. I went on the outside and out-braked him on the side of the corner, and just took off, put my knee down and off I went. And I don't think he was too happy about that.
We danced around. I was hating to get to see that old guy on
the Bostrom? Yeah, poor bloke.
You know, you could tell he wasn't going to give you any credit for anything you were saying about those bikes at the shop.
I was shocked I didn't see him. When I came over, he was just came out of nowhere.
Knock me over with a feather, you look at that guy and you think, that's your bike?
Yeah.
I mean, he was 60-something and big.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
he was riding up, but he wasn't riding very smoothly. He was all over the place.
Yeah.
And he was overtaking at all the wrong places.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this guy's a disaster.
Well, he split us in two. Crazy.
Yeah. So when I caught up with it, just purely by chance, I caught up with him. I thought, oh fuck it, I might as well. I just out-braked him. I out-braked him by like 25 minutes. I think. So I just went straight to the corner, put my knee down, and went round, and I looked at the mirror. It was like little dots here. I was open at the Panigale, and it was a dot. And I was thinking, you know, anybody go past in a straight line?
Yeah, exactly.
Not a corner, yeah. So hopefully.
That's how I keep up with you guys. Did you catch up in the straight line?
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
It was a good ride though, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
A lot of fun. What's that strange building over there? I see it. I know, I see people going in and going out, but I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's ATMs. It must be.